Meeting come to order. Dr. Versta.
Yes, sir. It's my great pleasure to introduce Ms. Jennifer Pugh, who is going to lead us in the invocation. Jeff, lead us in our pledge of allegiance. Sister, if you will give me.
I'm too short. Let us reflect on how to best serve the students and staff of Southwest ISD. Allow us to work together well, to listen and respect each other's talents and skills, and to be watchful and mindful of the responsibilities we hold as a governing body. May we rejoice in the privilege of watching our students grow into enlightened citizens of the community, and may we maintain focus on the dreams and aspirations of those we serve.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Ms. Pugh.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome everyone to the meeting.
All right, board members, the next thing is recognitions. Do we have any tonight? No recognitions. All right, item 4, consider the effective tax rate and rollback rate of 2016.
Yes, sir. The effective tax rate is the tax rate that would impose the same total taxes as last year if you compare properties tax in both years. And then the rollback rate is the highest tax rate the district can set before it must hold a rollback election. And so the recommendation from the district to the board is to approve the effective tax rate of $1.39522 and also approve the rollback tax rate for the high notice being the $603, rollback rate being towards that $1.473, and rollback tax rate for the lower notice of the $1.47 at $3.43 for tax year 2016.
Questions? If not, I need a motion.
I move. A second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Ordinance setting the tax rate for 2016.
The tax rate for 2016 is what we just went over in the public hearing. I'm going to read the motion and the ordinance, and then let the board vote on the proposed tax rate. The recommendation is the board approve the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of the tax rate per $100 valuation of $1.17 for the M&O, maintenance and operations, and $4.33 for interest and seeking, for a total rate of $1.603, which is effectively a 14% increase in tax rate. And furthermore, that if a majority of voters approve the $603 total tax rate in the tax ratification election in order to reduce the INS tax rate by 13 cents, that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of $1.17 for maintenance operations of $0.303 for interest and seeking, for a total rate of $1.473, which is effectively a 5% tax increase in tax rate. The ordinance to set the tax rate: on this date, the Board of Trustees of the Southwest Independent School District hereby levy or set the tax rate on a $100 valuation for the district for the tax year 2016 at a total tax rate of $1.603, to be assessed and collected by the duly specified assessor and collector as follows: $1.17 for the purpose of maintenance and operation, $0.433 for the purpose of payment of principal and interest on debts. Furthermore, if voters approve the total tax rate of $1.603 in a tax ratification election in order to reduce the debt rate by 13 cents, the Board of Trustees hereby levy or set the tax rate on a $100 valuation of the district for the tax year 2016 at a total tax rate of $1.473, to be assessed and collected by the duly specified assessor and collector as follows: $1.17 for the purpose of maintenance and operations, and $0.303 for the purpose of payment of principal and interest on debts. Such taxes are to be assessed and collected by the tax officials designated by the district.
Questions? Need a motion?
I so move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. The 2016 tax ratification election.
Due to the proposed tax rate, the district will be required to hold a tax ratification election. That will occur on September 10th, 2016. The Bexar County elections officials will conduct the election as has been done in the past. The following calendar events are relative to the tax ratification election. Beginning early voting beginning on August 24th, running to September 6th as the last day for early voting, and then holding the election on September 10th. The recommendation is that the board approve ordering the 2016 tax ratification election to be held in accordance with state laws and local policies.
Again, questions, comments? We've covered it a lot. Need a motion.
I move.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Moving on the agenda to item 4, the consent agenda. Board members, there's a lot of information there. Does anybody have any questions on it?
Thank you, sir.
None? Need a motion.
I move.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Moving on to the agenda, item 8, citizens to be heard. Mr. Rodriguez.
No, sir.
No citizens to be heard.
Me too.
Okay, moving on to item 9, items of information. Let's go with the construction. Yes, sir.
Hey, Raphael.
We have Rafael Bedoya
Raphael and Raphael.
and Brad James with Forest General Contractors to give us the update on Resnick and Legacy. Resnick Middle School and Legacy High School.
We got pictures?
No drone?
Yes.
Hi. Good.
On vacation. Where we should be.
God.
We are doing quite a bit of work on our softball and baseball field. We have the dugouts in, starting a lot of the curb work in there. Everything's almost complete.
What's the status on the main punch list on Resnick? Are they getting done?
The interior punch list architecturally by the end of this week. And we're gonna be issuing out a certificate of substantial completion, we're dated on Friday. And we'll be doing some exterior and crawl space after that, but we should be done. We've already received a temporary certificate of occupancy from Bear County for the entire school. And I believe they're working on some minor items in order to get the full certificate.
Just so you're also aware, the substantial completion will give us access, but Doris will still need to be in there finishing the punch list that has been given by Kruger, mechanical engineer, landscape, so there's still gonna be work, but it's gonna be very minor on touch-ups and finish-up, so there's still gonna be a presence.
Officially, Friday, we'll submit substantial completion letters to our cross-insurance people. For the month of services, take over the keys and everything on Monday. So we'll be responsible for the cost on this one starting Monday. At that point, we'll start bringing in, a lot of the equipment and some of the things here on site. We'll start taking road and building as much as we can. Once the remaining furniture will be distributed out throughout the building, so we'll have it on Monday.
So when can the principal there kind of reach out to her staff and teachers and allow them to start fully showing up to kind of put their rooms
We
together?
just asked her to hold up until after Monday when we can get the furniture laid out, just that way they have their teachers start coming in and when we put things up there. Right now it's just open rooms, so they don't really have anywhere to put anything, they have to work on the floor. So we're trying to get the table and furniture in the building, maybe by Tuesday in the afternoon, they can probably start going over there, but we've been working on this on that as far as when to bring them in. But we were kind of holding them off in the beginning because there was some, and then everybody decided to go because they bring kids and stuff in, and that's a big deal for Doris on their insurance side, so we're gonna try and keep as many people out as possible until that tournament date, so we will be, letting her know that we probably full go start the season.
So like 1 week from today, they should be able to go.
People should be able to start coming in and decorating their rooms.
They're doing, right now, they're doing the camera installation.
Linsec is there.
They're doing the exterior and interior cameras.
Fire alarm's done, there's an FDC dry line, fire line that has to be put in, that was something that fire marshal brought up when he did his inspection. And when that gets put in, which is underway right now, should be done maybe by the end of the week, maybe early next week, then he'll come back and do the final and give us the final CO approval.
For wrestling. I know they've been constantly. Today, I know today for sure they were cutting all the grass. Yeah.
No, it's
Well, it's still in contract.
They will have it done. We went over that on Monday in the meeting as far as there's still some dirt, some spoils that need to be scattered throughout the site. They're working on that and they're gonna bring a blade in to get the field that's out across, that's where all the pigs, all the weeds and everything are at. They'll get all that knocked down and then do a final mow and everything on the fields. They're just trying to get that grass to establish as much as possible before they start mowing on a regular basis. So, but Doris Maldonado was their subcontractor for all that, they're taking care of all the issues.
That's because they run all the rain off. You know, if they wasn't running all the rain off over there, well, that grass would grow a lot better.
But we didn't talk about a date today, but we will get a date on when that will all be done. Because we're asking for a date to get the first walkthrough where we can go make sure that the separation between job sites and schools is what we want. So we'll probably have that same date. I'll try and get that for you tomorrow.
Anything else?
You got the floor. There you go. You have anything else on that?
That was it.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's a great school.
Looks
Absolutely.
beautiful.
The one other item is the professional portable that's ongoing right now. The toilets got, all the toilet fixtures got installed, along with the bathroom partitions. The only thing we lack and what they were working on today is the carpet. And once the carpet goes in and there's some touch-up paint, we should be done hopefully by the end of next week with all of that. And for sure by August 1, they should be able to start the first week. So I've already talked to Eddie, who kind of scheduled it, and told her to go ahead and start scheduling on August 1. That way I can hold over what he said, so and done before August 1. So it should be.
That sounds like a guarantee. All right, moving right along, monthly tax office report.
We are about 3.5% down from last year. We're gonna have a great month this
That's what you said last month.
month. I'm optimistic, sir.
All right, financial report, investments, gifts, purchases over 25,000. Questions? Calendar of events. All right, moving on to item 10, superintendent will postpone A and go to B, and TASB director's endorsement. Sylvester,
Yes,
you
sir.
have anything on this?
This is an item, and Mr. Vasquez can speak to this as well, but we have the opportunity to post 2 votes this evening for TASB delegates, one being Region 20, Position A, where there is the incumbent is running unopposed, Rolinda Schmidt from Kerrville ISD, and then there are 3 folks who are running in Region 20, Position D, Victor Contreras from Marion ISD, Don Green, Somerset ISD, Robert Westbrook, Shirt Cibolo Universal City ISD, and I would defer to Mr. Vasquez with his experience and Ms. Bernal and Ms. Garza Lopez that they had this dialogue, and it's going to be easy to select, I believe, position A, the unopposed
I know
candidate.
that one.
And I can, position A, Rolinda Schmidt, obviously. Position D was open when Gilbert, from, Judson decided not to run. And originally it was 2 people, Westbrook and, a gentleman from Somerset. Westbrook has been very involved, he's a firefighter, he's a board member over at Shirt Civil University, been very involved with the Bexar County Coalition. And the Bexar County Coalition had selected to support him. Victor from Marion came in because Marion, and he's been a TASB director, representing Marion and Region 13. Marion decided to jump ship from Region 13, which is, used to begin at Marion and go a little past Austin, and join Region 20 because they felt that service center was closer to them. And when that happened, Victor had to give up his seat at TASB. But after talking with some other members from the Bexar County Coalition, we felt that, that's something that his district decided to do. We still support Westbrook, so personally I'm recommending that we give our vote to Rolinda and Mr. Westbrook.
Any comments? All right, we need a motion.
I so move.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Moving on to item 11, human resource, the optional flex school day, which I already tried to approve once earlier today. Does anybody have any
You did
questions?
very well,
I
too,
think
so.
I thought we had approved it.
We were
No, but we're going
ahead of schedule there.
So the board, you were privy to a public meeting earlier before this meeting about optional flex school day. You know all the aspects of it. We've been able to answer questions, so now it's actually an action item for the board.
Need a motion.
I move.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? No. Motion carried. All right, moving on to business and financing, tax ratification.
Yes, sir. This is in conjunction with the election order. We like to contract with Bexar County elections officials to host our election for the tax ratification election on September 10th. They will provide the professionals to ensure the election rules are followed and regulations are followed. Estimated cost is approximately $45,000. The recommendation that the board approve a contract with Bexar County Elections Department to conduct the September 10th, 2016 tax ratification election. The $45,000 is a budget estimate at this point. It won't probably cost that much. It just depends on what we do is with adding sites or more time. So until we finalize that, I can't get a for sure number, but I've been told it's not going to be over 45. Yes. Yes, sir.
Need a motion?
I so move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. All right, the Kraus House.
Yes, sir.
Is that how you say it, Kraus?
I think they pronounce it Krause, but I said Kraus House. The Southwest ISD has been offered a property donation of 3.051 acres from Miss Rosalie Collins, who is the current owner of the property where the Kraus House sits, right here on Pearsall Road. The property actually backs up to our river bottom property that we already currently own. Southwest ISD staff has met with Miss Collins and agreed to a contract which conveys the property over to Southwest ISD. The attached resolution in the book that you see there is to acquire the real property and will need to be executed before the closing on the property. There is no cost. She's not asking for any profit. It's actually just a donation. I think the contract says $200 because it has to have some type of monetary value on it, but it is a donation from her to the district. The only thing the district would have to cover is the cost of the title company. So our recommendation, or Southwest ISD staff recommendation, that the Board of Trustees execute this resolution to acquire the 3.051 acres from Ms. Collins.
Comments? Administration, any comments?
There's no back taxes on that, is it?
There. That's part of what the title company is looking into for right now. We won't close on that until after we know that for sure.
I move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Moving down to item C, the air conditioning in the central office.
Yes, sir. District staff.
Hey, do they need air conditioning? Let them go out and build some muscles up, pulling weeds or something.
It's a personal request, sir.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Thomas.
I had to go. I went and cranked it way down so it would get cooler in here, but we're working with them. But district staff is requesting the replacement of the 4 rooftop air conditioning units here at central office. We have continuous maintenance issues with these units, and they've become so outdated due to their age that we're sometimes not able to find parts and have to manufacture parts for them. So we did receive 2 quotes from our contract HVAC companies, Airstream and Gillette. Airstream Air Conditioning Company was the low bidder for this project, and the cost will be funded through locally budgeted funds. So our recommendation from staff is that the board approve Airstream Air Conditioning Company as the vendor for the central office air conditioning replacement for an amount not to exceed $27,034.66.
Comments? Questions?
I so move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Adopt school bus safety.
Yes, at the previous Brown bag, the board was given a presentation on safety for busing and the issues that are kind of running through the nation, even in San Antonio area. And I have Mr. Bozier here to kind of speak about the program again, just to kind of give you a little more update. But I think it's a great opportunity to put cameras on our buses and GPS on our buses, and it's all geared towards student safety. So I'm going to let Mr. Bozier kind of brief you guys on the...
Yes, sir, without getting too verbose, as you remember, we have the program that's been offered to us by BusGuard. It is a free program. We need to tie up the loose ends and get those guys moving on putting that equipment on the buses. And again, every single bus in our fleet will have will have the red light runner cameras mounted, a series of cameras on the right side to watch kids, in the rear, also cameras on board, internal, to look at our kids, to help assist with student management. All of that, again, is all free, every single bus. We also have GPS that will be put on every bus, again, that will assist in safety for the bus, safety for the kids, identifying where issues are, identifying where the buses are. Parent calls, we can tell those parents where exactly that bus is at any given time. We are in the works of getting a hearing officer via the company again, so that, again, this is pretty much a hands-off deal for us. Very little maintenance on our side, we just do our job, and people that run past the buses, they get their good comeuppance.
Are we going to, I don't remember if you mentioned this last time, that's why I'm asking. Are we gonna put something on the bus that tells them that there's gonna be a camera? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, and also, we, again, using the district social media sites, we're gonna advertise this to everybody. There's also, I believe, the first month is gonna be a warning ticket period.
Okay.
So that
Right.
people do have ample opportunity to know that we're out there, you know, if they're gonna sin, they're gonna get caught.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it.
There's a share of fee, which is neither here nor there within wanting the program. It's about safety of students and enhanced safety to help our students cross streets and make our community more aware of the importance of following the rules in buses.
Questions? Need a motion?
I move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, the canopy.
So I'll need to pass out an updated.
We're having to pass out an updated background.
Sir?
Didn't realize until just this morning that we did not have the bond included, so we had to add $1,400 to the number that was originally in the board.
It's a $1,400 difference that our, the district requires for companies to be bonded. So district staff is requesting the purchase of a shade canopy structure and benches, as well as tables for the 9th grade campus. This will not only create an outdoor multi-purpose area, but also revitalize the existing unused space. Through the same initiative to provide flexible areas for student use, district staff is also requesting the purchase of exterior tables and benches for Southwest High School and McAuliffe Middle School courtyards. Park Place Recreational Design, Inc. is a pre-approved vendor through the TASB buy board. The fiscal impact for the 3 campuses will be $79,594, and the cost of this project will be funded through locally budgeted funds. Our recommendation is the board approve Park Place Recreational Design as a vendor for the 9th grade campus canopy and the courtyard equipment for the amount of $79,594.
Questions? We've talked about it a little bit. Motion.
I so move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor of, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. All right, bleachers at Resnick.
Yes, sir. District staff is requesting the purchase of bleachers for the football soccer field at Resnick Middle School. We're proposing to do the exact same layout and size as what we bought from McNair when we opened that in 2009. We received 3 quotes from different vendors. Highland Products Group LLC was the low bidder of these bleachers. They are also a pre-approved vendor on the TASB buy board purchasing cooperative. The fiscal impact, the bleachers requested will cost $27,894.60, and this will be funded through the locally budgeted funds that we had for Resnick Middle School's furniture, or the FF&E. So recommendation that the board approve Highland Products Group LLC as the vendor for the bleachers for an amount not to exceed $27,894.60. That is a material cost only. Either our guys or we may have to, depending on the time frame, we may have to hire someone to put them together, but it's not a big time expense there, so it would just be a matter of getting them installed and ready to go before school. So,
Questions? Motion.
I move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Moving on to item 9, curriculum and instruction, the ACT.
Yeah, in the consent agenda, you guys approved the College Board suite of assessments, and that has been traditional in our district for probably about the past 4 to 5 years. In that, we offered that entire suite to every student in grades 9 through 12. And so we're still going to offer that same suite of assessments to our kids 9 through 11. But in the old plan, we included retesting seniors in the SAT as a senior, as we had already paid for them to do SAT as a junior. And so we're shifting gears a bit and wanting to allow our seniors, every senior, the opportunity to take the ACT. And we have seen some direct, relationships with our 7th grade students taking the ACT and qualifying more of those students for the Duke TIP program. And so we're wanting to open that door because we strongly feel that some students may do much better on the ACT, and giving them that opportunity early as an in-school day testing would open up many doors for scholarship opportunities and entrance into colleges and universities that maybe their SAT score is not providing for them. And so we're asking that the board approve for the first year beginning 16-17 for us to contract with ACT to provide access to a different avenue of testing for our kids.
Anybody? Need a motion?
I move.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Item 14 is closed session. Do we have any questions or comments before we go to closed session?
We do not, sir.
I do, sir. I would like, during the construction update, I need to give you kind of a technology update to the board. You know, as we did E-rate, when we took out the cabling, part of E-rate, we do like our internet softwares, and we had a contract that was approved by the board back in February and sent to AT&T in April. And for some reason, as it went through AT&T, it sat on somebody's desk, and so at this point, our GigaMan that we were asked for and that we require to run internet service at Resnick Middle School is basically hadn't been ordered, and they're giving us a date of around September 9 for them actually to get the infrastructure to run our GigaMan. And so we've reached out to AT&T. I have Joe and Jeff here, and if you can give a kind of an update of a solution that AT&T has came up with to try to mitigate the situation and hopefully allow us to run our school just like we would if we had the GigaMan until we actually get the infrastructure put in. So I don't know if Jeff, one of y'all can kind of talk about the solution.
Sure. So we have a couple options that we're backup options to help support that. And I think between all those, we should be running okay. It's an untested sort of technology for us, so that part of it is a little bit unsure. We'll have to wait and see how that works. But what's happening is, so we don't have the physical connection to the internet yet. So what we're going to do is set up cellular connections, sort of like a fake cell phone. And so we have 5 different routers that connect to the LTE network. And each one of those, I think at this point, it's about 64 connections. So mostly we're going to use those for phones and important computers that you can connect to, like the point of sale cafeteria, all the staff. And then we're also going to add, we're going to give every teacher a what they call a MiFi connection, which is a mobile hotspot. So each teacher's going to have a mobile hotspot, and they're going to use that to connect to this so they can do attendance. So we should have all the teachers covered, phones, staff. Only question now is the students. So each student's getting a Chromebook. So I think what we probably should do, is just kind of hold those back just a little bit, because those Chromebooks require internet to do anything. That's all they are. So I think looking at it, it might be feasible to use the students. So we're getting 11 megabits at each connection there. So if we have 5, that's already pretty good, almost 100 megabits, and that's pretty good. We should be able to do something like that. But if it doesn't, then we'll probably just hold over a couple of weeks. We should have everything else covered.
I don't understand anything you just got through. But
We should be okay.
my question is this AT&T's, what they tell us is our solution?
It's the only viable solution.
Well, not to me. Yeah, we got big guy sitting up here and he's fooling around with little guy down here, not taking care of their business. What options do we have? In other words, they need to be doing something for us to make sure that our school is ready to go when we're ready, because it's not our fault that it didn't happen.
Mr. Martinez has explored, and Mr. Powell, other options, Time Warner being one. They're 60 to 90 days out. I believe their center's 4 miles from site and would require some other work. All things considered, it's an extremely disappointing position to be in, because this is not a new site that just started last month, and it's not a new contract. It was signed on April 27th, 2016 by a representative of AT&T, and then it went dark, and when our staff would inquire about their level of readiness, they would get affirmative, absolutely. When we get there to be a week, that when they get there, they finally find out that it is on their side, in their central office, that they do not have the correct GigaMan equipment, shelving they call it, in their central office to run that site. I can tell you they've been extremely forthcoming in trying to provide a solution. I can tell you there's some concerns on our side. Will that suffice to give an internet connection? I know you guys are having this conversation to the fire alarm to get a C of O, or a permanent C of O, because if we were hooked up, it wouldn't be an issue, but it is an issue, and there is a percent that may not come to fruition. But we've gone as high as we can go and had some pretty direct conversations, and they take the blame. It doesn't do us any good at this point. So personally, I'm going to pay my AT&T bill 2 months late, just so I feel better about it. But I know that our staff is working to provide a solution. We've kind of set a drop dead date of July 28th. I do not think that we'll meet that date, but as long as it's in by August 5th, I think we can live with it, because we start on August 3rd. And,
How about the little booger at the bottom, the dollar sign? Who's paying for
well,
all this?
we are not paying for this fix.
No.
They're providing the equipment.
Yes.
I can't believe they can be so responsible.
Are
Well,
the
you wouldn't
speeds
think
affected with the
At
fix?
that level would be so responsible.
They're gonna be slower.
It won't be GigaMan.
No, we're looking at other options. On the day we had the conversation, believe me, we would have if we could have someone do the same thing. But at this point, we can't.
Joe, were you going to say something?
We're also working with Verizon just to add some more, connections, and so they're also going to set up something.
So they're very compartmentalized at AT&T, and so one compartment's not working with the other compartment. And people we're speaking with, they admit that. They have some issues, but we're the ones, the little guys, I guess, that are going to deal with the fallout of it. But it will be fixed. By the end of September, I would not even anticipate mid-September. I would anticipate permanent fix at the end of September. Just reading through the emails that I've read through between Mr. Martinez, Mr. Powell, and the representatives from AT&T. And I believe part of the issue, because we've dealt with AT&T in the past, this is my conversation with Mr. Martinez, we've never had this issue before, but our liaison has changed, and the newness may be part of that issue of not making sure they were ready on their end. I don't know, but now it's not about the problem, it's about the solution, and we will have that school open. I just hope the fire alarm system is not an interference.
The fire alarm should be running, we have copper lines, hard lines running in. For those, they don't allow us to run off of any kind of voice over IP or anything, so we have hard lines on the fire alarm. Should not be an issue. The only thing that we won't be able to run fully is the control system from our office for the HVAC system and the lighting, but we can do that remotely at the campus if needed. We can plug in straight there.
Our goal is to have connections by 2028, these types of cellular connections for the admin.
It should not affect the C of O though.
And that's good to know.
Anything else before I read these numbers? Nobody? Under Texas Government Code 551.001-551.146, we go into executive session. All right, we come back into regular session and it's 7:20 and we go back to superintendent's recommendation on personnel, item 10.
I move we approve the superintendent's recommendations on personnel as discussed in closed session.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. One more thing.
Well, I would like to publicly introduce the Chief of Police for Southwest ISD, Chief Richard Palomo, and give him a hand joining Southwest ISD. We look forward to working with Richard. His first date in his new position physically will be August the 8th, but I'm sure we'll have conversations prior to that. But we look forward to working with Chief Palomo and look forward to his leadership in what happens in Southwest ISD and how we help our kids get to that place we call success.
Absolutely.
Great to have you. Thank you. And that's all we have.
Anybody? All right.
In your board packet, sir, there is a
One more thing.
August events. We'd like to ask the board to make sure you look at those for save the date opportunities. We will inform the board as things come up with reminders.
Start filling our
on
August
the rest of-
Oh, yeah.
calendar
I want those as soon as possible, please.
Go ahead.
The August, events.
Okay.
for August.
We will get them to you.
Okay.
And that's all I
Anything
have.
else?
It's been a great July. It's almost over.
Now, we're on the third, one more thing. What's the fourth?
Have a nice evening.
All right, we're adjourned at 7:21.